Alright, so now we're doing I decided to do a quick chat with you about the Spitfire Audio LABS virtual instruments. I found out about LABS probably about 3 or 4 months ago and did not realize how long it had been around, how popular it was. I just found out watching, I believe it was Christian Henson's videos. He the LABS just had 1 million downloads. And I mean, if you think about it, that's pretty amazing. 1 million downloads. I don't care if it was 10 years, 5 years, 3 years. It's something else. Think about it. That 1 million downloads. I mean, someone's really using it once it's crossed 1 million downloads. I started using it. I'm enjoying it. It's got some pretty cool sounds that I can't get anywhere else. And I think the main thing, you know, aside from the instruments, you know, obviously Spitfire sells high dollar instruments. Their last one they just released called Orbis retails for like $230, £230, whatever. And it's, you know, that's a pretty big investment. Now, the instrumentation, the recording, programming that they put into that is probably worth every bit of $200 and some odd. For me, it's a little more than I'm wanting to invest right now. But, and this brings me into sort of like the product model that I believe Spitfire Audio is using, which mimics a lot of other industries, particularly the one I'm most familiar with, the software industry. So basically you have this idea where you create something and you give it away for free. Typically people think of open source, and that is true. Open source is one of those things. Another one would be something where you get a reduced functionality, but still yet equally awesome product, like DaVinci Resolve 15 for free. It's pretty hard to beat. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal. Now I use DaVinci Resolve for, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months, and then basically said, you know what, I need to take advantage of the full features that are available in the studio version. So I went ahead and bought it. It's like $300 investment, right? Now, DaVinci's not quite the same as a virtual instrument. However, the virtual instruments aren't going to get old, whereas software eventually will. So maybe in some respect, it's a better deal to buy virtual instruments. Now, the thing about Spitfire Audio that I like so much is that the LABS in its essence is basically a kind of, maybe this isn't the right phrasing, it's kind of like their failed experiments. But it's only a failure in such as that they felt like the recordings weren't good enough that they could make a, you know, spend the time, effort, and investment and create a full contact instrument. In which case, you know, why just throw that work away? Why not do something else with it? So they bundled it together and they decided to create themselves LABS. Pretty cool, huh? And LABS means something. It's I'll remember it one time. I'll put it, make sure, for saying that you can't have a DAW, because there's some really great DAWs that are for free. So everyone should be able to have a DAW. Another one is free VSTs, or free plugins. And I think the thing about free plugins, you know, the reduced functionality, I don't have a problem with. And then you turn around and, you know, you buy a plugin that you like from them. What I don't like are the games where things are always on sale. Sale, 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 sale. Regularly $150. Now $29.99. It's like, I hate those games. I just want to buy something, I want to buy it. I don't want to wait around for a promotion. I don't want to wait around for a sale or a certain time of the year, Black Friday, and then decide, oh yeah, now I can buy it. I've been waiting all year to save up. Why? It's just, I don't like those business models. So I like the fact that Spitfire Audio, when they create, something for free, I haven't yet seen anything particularly on sale. It might be discounted when something comes out brand new or whatever. Everybody plays the game to a point, but when you're going from $120 to $25, something seems shady about that. So I think, the lesson about software is that usually what you do is you give away a full featured product, and then what you do is you sell services. It's actually one of the coolest ways to build an audience, to build a base. Godiva used to do this. They'd give away free coffee pots when you joined the subscription, and you just drank good coffee for a while. And so to me, those kinds of models really, really, really are enticing. Like, you're giving away a product. It can be physical, it can be virtual, but then you do sell services on top of it. And I think those are like the most useful kind of products, and software does a really good job of this. Labs, it doesn't really quite follow that, but again, they're building goodwill by having some sense of, you got dog walkers, by having some sense of, and so I really kind of prefer that whole mentality. I've worked on some software where I really want to just give it away, get people's feedback, and then turn around and figure out a way to monetize it. And the way to monetize it is by providing another service, a service that extends what it is that you're given. I don't know how you could do that. One thing I don't like is I don't like contact. Let me rephrase. I don't know if I don't like contact. I'm just not very hip to it. And the Labs has its own kind of like in-app browser store. You can download additional packages. They're all free. You can then do with contact. And Native Instruments wants to install like 4 pieces of software. If you create a temporary contact instrument, you basically have 15 minutes and you got to reset it. I mean, contact, I'm probably never going to buy anything else in contact. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Or I'm definitely not ever going to buy, let me rephrase, I'm never going to use contact to build my virtual sound libraries. I'll use PreSonus's XT editor, Presence XT editor. It's pretty versatile. I'm probably going to make a podcast about it. But essentially it's, as I heard his name Marcus, Studio One demoer, tutorial creator here on the tube. He described it as somewhere between, he described PreSonus's Presence XT editor somewhere between Contact and I think it's EBS. I've never used EBS, but if he says that's where it's at, I pretty much trust him. And so once I brought Presence XT editor, and I like it. It does everything I want. I wish there was an easier way to monetize it somehow with PreSonus, but I'm not seeing that. And so yeah, I probably forgot to mention, the reason why I'm walking for this episode is because I'm talking about labs. I kind of keep talking off subject, but labs, 1 million downloads. Congratulations. So I thought today I'd get out of the studio and go for a walk, emulate one of my favorite vloggers, and that's Christian Henson. Great channel, you need to check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. And he walks on top of a volcano almost every day. Yeah, I think it's an extinct volcano, but a volcano nevertheless in Edinburgh, which I think is in Scotland. I don't know. I know some geography, but I don't know if that's right. It sounds right. So anyways, so yeah, go over to spitfireaudio.com/labs. Download it for free. There is a piece of software that's sort of like a manager software, and that's the interface that lets you download and select what items you want into your labs. The control interface is super simple. There's two sliders, and a circle, which is kind of interesting because with the circle, it's basically a dial. But when you tap the middle or click the middle, it then becomes a. I went up that way before. When you tap the middle, then you get other options. So like you get attack, reverb, blending, so whatever options for that particular instrument. And the interface for labs is unique, meaning they control the whole interface and the programming. So you're not going to get that just some sort of generic plug in an instrument and you're done. It actually looks nice, very simple to use. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I used it on another video for a couple of videos now and a couple of songs already. So I did a song called Repeat. It was for Make Music Day 2019. I just used it 3 different instruments within the Labs library for this last song, which is now called When Everything's Strange. And I'll be doing that final live stream. I'll be doing the final mixing and mastering, and I'll be done with that on Tuesday. I might even release it on Tuesday if I feel like it. I almost released it today, but I made a couple of changes on the bus compressor. Made a couple of changes on the master bus, and so I want to listen to those in my car tomorrow morning going to work. And yeah, so again, I don't know, this actually wasn't so bad, just walking around in circles and talking. The only thing I have to worry about is just walking into other people. Yeah, and I think a segue totally has nothing to do with labs. I tell you, doing a YouTube channel is not the easiest thing in the world. Let me take it back. It's easy to do it, it's hard to do it well. And I can't say that I particularly doing it extremely well. I'm doing it though. How many times you have to update thumbnail images and titles and get things wrong, find out you had a misspelling in a title. That is like ridiculous. How does that happen, right? Yeah. So meanwhile, everybody, I'm gonna finish wrapping up my walk. You all have a great day. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, like, and join me next week for the next video. Goodbye.